Sister Krishnapriya Devi, this is the name Ma has given you.
Yes.
Is it? Since when have you been with Ma?
Well, I first came in India in 1970.
Why did you come to India?
Well, because I have seen Ma on television
Achha.
in Switzerland. I was always interested in Hindu philosophy. Then I was always thinking something will happen in my life, and I let myself free to go. Then in 1969, I see Ma on the television. There were a film of Arnaud Desjardins. First, you must excuse my English.
Yes.
My
That's
language
all
is
right,
French.
no
so to
problem.
speak. And I see Ma on the television. Then it was such a darshan that...
How did you see her on television?
You see, what happened that we see her inside ashram, and she was sort of, cutting some board for a new temple, and some ceremony was going on. And Arnaud Desjardins says, now I am going to show you only the face of Ma Anandamayi, and that's what we call darshan in India. And so, and he says, I will stop the music and commentary. So like this, the music and everything stopped, and Ma came only like this.
Just her face in close-up. I see.
And so her face was only like this, and a complete silence. And I was sitting down, and suddenly, my God, I thought the television will break, And
That's the feeling you got?
Yeah, and she come inside the room, and I said, oh, if somebody is living in this state of mind, it's like Ramakrishna or Buddha or the Christ, you see. And I got such a shock. Then I say I must go immediately, because it will be the most stupid thing to remain where I am, you see. If
You had not heard of Ma before that?
Of Ma herself, no. I used to, very funny, I used to have a very small booklet of Ma's word.
Till you had seen Ma on television, you had not heard about her?
Do you know what's happened? That it was very funny. Later on, I find in my library a very small booklet of Ma's word, translated by Jean Herbert, who came, I think, in 1937 or 6 in India, and who has created this big collection of living Indian spirituality.
I see.
Then from this time, when I was very young, I was 16 or something, I began to read all this book.
I see.
And after coming back from Ma's Darshan, I find this little booklet. I have read it, but I have no knowledge that Ma Anandamayi was somewhere living in India. So after this, after this Darshan in television, it was in the month of May, I decided to come.
What were you doing before that?
I was a nurse with a private patient.
I see.
Then next morning I came to here and said, look, I will have to leave you, because nothing in this world will prevent me to go to see Ma. Then whatever, I will try to find a nurse for you, somebody nice and to look after you, but I will take 3 months and I will go. After this I went to some party in where the grape is growing in. And we have some sort of cheese party and drink some wine, something like this, to celebrate the new grapes. And some friends were there, and one Swiss writer, Maurice Chapaz, was there also. Then I told him I have met a saint on the television, and it is like if the Christ is living somewhere, or Buddha, or any high realized soul. Then I will go to India. Then he said, oh, if you go to India, I will come with you. Then I say, okay, if you come with me, we go by car. It will be more fascinating. Then on the 1st of September, we left Lausanne. Then we went by car all the way until Peshawar.
Peshawar.
Then there I left the bus to some Afghan friends, because we were alone and I was alone to drive. So I drive 12,000 kilometers like this, with Ma's barb inside the heart, and without any tire brake, nothing. We just came like this. And then we crossed the border, and I was so much sort of dreaming, because I was thinking, now I have to go one day in India, I will go one day, and that happened suddenly after 20 years. So when I crossed the border, I sort of kissed the ground, and I said to this friend, we'll go to a bulk track under the mango trees, and we'll go slowly like this 10 kilometers to the next station.
So this is the Bharat that you were coming to, yes?
Exactly, exactly. Then after this, we went to the station, we went to Amritsar, then we visited the Golden Temple, then I used to learn what is the first prasad. They give me a little piece of bread or something. Then next was a Hindu temple. Then I went inside. It was the first time I see the Thakur. Then this time I was really very much emotional because I have seen picture in the cinema, sometimes some sketch, you see, but never in the reality. So I was stuck like this in the front of those Thakur, you know, dreaming, are they really living or what's happened? And then I was like this, out of my mind, when the pujari came for, I don't know, nowhere, I didn't see him, and suddenly I felt something fallen
around your neck.
Yeah, and it was a mala. So I see, my Lord, what arriving in this country. Then after, what's happened? We went to Amritsar station, then we take a tea and some biscuits, and by that time what's happened, that when I like to pay, they say that
it's already been paid for.
So I say, really, I mean, this is very strange. Then suddenly a Sikh major came and he says, Madam, I see you have come in my country, you are a stranger, so it will be my honor if you accept that I can give you this tea and biscuits. So I say, my God, I have come back to civilization, it's so beautiful. I was very, I mean, you know, well, I mean, you know, I went on my way because I was thinking that I will go to Benares, to Mataji Ashram, to see where is Ma, because I didn't know.
To seek her.
So when I reached Varanasi, they told me that Ma was in Agyatwas, or in the country they don't know. And by 2nd of November, she will be at Kanpur. Then 1 week remained, I went to Nepal. Then this Swiss friend remained to see the Tibetan. He was not interested in Hindu Dharma. Then I came back alone, then I fly to Kanpur. And I take a rickshaw and try to find this pandal, and this near the Krishna temple. And then I arrived, you know, it was I think the function was over, it was 6 or something, 6:30, and I see all the sadhu and the little white form on the you know, on the stage, platform. And I say I should go and follow them. I see them that they are going by the back, so I should see and follow them. Then okay, I went there, and it was late. Some people came, and one Chitradi came and says, "From where you have come?" Then I say, "I have come from Switzerland to see this mother, and I will see her." Okay, so I used to wear trousers, you know, and just jump and all this. Then Ma, they say, you will see Ma, there will be some meditation at 8:45. Then I sit next to Ma, and what's happened that my meditation, I used to meditate already in Egypt, and I follow some Sufi things, but at that time I stopped sometimes. But I always used to recitating this Om Mani Padme Om. You see, I used to meditate and to do some raka in Arabic when I was in Egypt, because I passed 4 years in Egypt. And all my life I was interested in this Oriental world. Then anyway, later on Ma says, it is this mantra, where you get it? I say, Ma, we have read a lot about Zen philosophy, Buddhist philosophy and all. And she says that this mantra has bring you here.
I see. The mantra that you were just jap karte the.
I used to, you see, I used to do this Bismillah Rahman Rahim. I used to do this Sufi Raka. Then after this, I used to meditate and sort of pranayam on this Om Mani Padme Hum.
And it came to you on your own?
It came, you know,
you read it somewhere
yes,
and you
it came that I feel I have to do it. Then
it.
after, when I tell this to Ma, Ma says, this mantra has bring you here. Then, so after...
What did you feel the first time you met her? You saw her?
So what I feel, first I got at night this meditation, so I was quite next to her cot, and the meditation went on very, sort of, I went out of my body very strong, you know, and when the bell rang, it was difficult for me to come down, you know, like this. Then nothing, I cross again for half an hour, Kanpur, and next morning I came very early, I get up at 4 and I just, there were a beautiful recitation of the Ved. So it was like if I have coming back to my own, you see. So this recitation was so beautiful. I used to come at 5 and listen to them, you know, behind the window. It was beautiful. Then Ma came at 8:30, I take Tumala. And when really I have seen her like this, you know, the first impression was that all my inside fear has gone. And in my mind, I was thinking, now, if somebody is putting me in a cage with lion and cobra and thing like this, but nothing will happen. I have, a pargol joy has come inside me. And this state has been about 15 days like this in Campo.
Like that, you continued?
Yeah. I was, jumping all the time. I can't stick to the ground. And my friends remember me like this. I was run and suddenly I will jump and say, Chaima! Then again, I will go like this. I will go back to my little hotel at 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I will take just a little piece of bread and tea, and I buy all the photo and all the books. And this Ma was inside me up and down. You see, this Ma was like, it was like an invasion.
Total invasion.
It's a pagol. This thing was, like this going on up and down. And during the night I will sleep very little, this for 15 days. After it has changed, but this 15 days was quite strange. And I will sleep like this for 4. When I will awake, this Ma will come like this. This is very strange. And I was full of joy, really. I mean, I've never met like this. Then I will get up very early. I will cross Campo. It was very cold. And I will go listen again to this Ved.
All you wanted was to be with Ma.
I will sit down in the pendle and I will listen to those. Anandamayi was, make a commentary of the Srimad Bhagavat. And it was just like coming back home with all this vibration inside, like this. Then after this, yes, I go to private with Mom. And I was on my knee like this, and I say, Ma, you will give me something. I am not going until you give me something. Yes. Then Ma says, you do this. Then she says also, since today, you can say you have found your way.
I see.
Then after this, I have to go back. So it was terrible. I cry all the morning from 7 o'clock to 12 when I leave her. Then I was doing my pranam and say, I am coming back, like this. And in 1971, I went back in Switzerland in December. And I was feeling everybody awkward there and awful, and I was very disagreeable with everybody. And I was missing more like anything. And I came back in 1971 for Ma's birthday. I was still with my patient.
I see.
Then I saved for my 1 month holidays. I came in 1971. Then after this, in 1971, Ma gave me my name.
I see. 1971, you have been Krishnapriya since then.
Yeah. It was in her birthday, and my birthday is also on 1st of May.
I see.
So Ma's birthday is second, and my birthday is 1st. So I asked Ma, Nam. Then it was in Varanasi in the front of her room. Then she turned like this, and she says, Krishnapriya, Shivapriya, you see, Narayanpriya, Shaktipriya. Then I chose the first one. She come out, and it was Krishnapriya. Then after, what happened that my patient killed himself. He was very depressed, and during my absence, he was with the same nurse, but anyway, something happened. Then I was very shocked. I went inside Ma's room, and I didn't open my mouth. She was already knowing maybe I must not leave him or something happened. So I say, Ma, say like this. No, it's very bad, but you have nothing to do with this. You have done everything. Then you go back. You go and pray for him. Then after I have not to go back, and more or less after this, they have opened the hospital.
I see.
So I say, as it is my branch, if I can help you, Panuda, I will do it. Then I was in charge of the hospital after this. From June, I stayed. Then I went back to arrange everything. Then in 1972, Ma gave me Diksha. Then we have big Leela together all the time.
Yes, you have your Leela with her.
Yes, and last Kumbh Mela, she gave me this yellow dress.
So since then you have been wearing the yellow dress that Ma has given?
Yes.
Always?
I always, in the West, here, everywhere. I don't live.
Yes. You go back sometimes?
Yes, I go back every 2 years to see my mother.
Your mother's there?
My mother is still 80, but I don't feel comfortable there, not at all.
No. You feel more, you want to stay here all the time?
I have a strong Bengali samskar, you see.
Yes.
And when I came here,
You don't mind the discipline which is in part of the...
No, not at all. You see, because I always have dream and, respected, and I am completely...
Conservative.
Adhérente. Not conservative, but I think the tradition is not a conservative state of being. The tradition is a sacred state of being. You understand? For me, the tradition come directly for big symbolism, you know, and this big symbolism has very, very a lot of reason, not in this happy world, this world now,
but in
this
later
stage,
life,
you know, but in a more subtle world.
Yes.
There is a relation. Things have a relation. What the chance we have in India that we have still a civilization who is living with a living civilization.
Yes, there's a
that
living,
what I call civilization is a thing that people are living their own tradition.
Yes, and they're human beings. Their attitudes are human and not mechanical.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know, it's not a moralist way. It's not a sort of you go in the church every 7 days and you do a lot of things.
Yes.
You see, then when you are born a Brahmin, you have certain ceremony to do it.
Yes.
You have 17 ceremonies until you grow up.
Yes.
Then you know when you eat your first rice. So all this has a big symbolic, cosmologic meaning, you know. So I call civilization when the earth and the sky are all together moving.
Par
you
with each other, yes.
Yes. So this is why I am so happy here also, because I just feel I am in my own bhav, you know. Yes. And when I am mad about his mother, so what to do? You see, when I met her, my idea of God disappeared, and she was God. And she is everything for me. You see, I mean, she's absolutely everything. But I don't know not yet what it means until I have realized it, you know. But she's really the Poma Brahman Narayan, as she used to say. You see, I think she can do everything, and I mean, I think her lila is fantastic, and I mean, she's attracting. Well, I mean, when people see her, she's attracting people to God. Yes. You know, I mean, to the state of, to the divine state.
To the divine state.
So as she says, I am an instrument. As you play, I will answer.
I will answer you. That's
so.
It, yes.
There's also connected with your bhav. You know,
exactly.
You get everything. I mean, and she's. I mean, whatever I ask her, she will give it. You know, whenever she's here or not here. I am very surprised.
It is the way you receive her. She comes to you.
Yes, and sometimes I am asking her, sometimes I am shouting at her in my puja and anything. Then, after 2 months, she will give the answer. Ekdam. You see, the connection is inside connection.
Inside connection.
So this is why I say that I don't agree with foreigners who are difficult and things. If she keeps this real tradition, I think it is for the benefit. She's the one who knows much more better than us, you know. Yes. And I sometimes it is difficult for me. I will never criticize because naturally I like to do seva to her and to feed her. But I mean, whatever she has been able to give us, I have washed her blanket sometimes. You know, whatever she, you know, it's correspond to her aspect is so much infinite. Then in everybody see a different aspect in her.
Yes.
See, this is the thing. Then for my own, you see, it's such a kripa to have known her, you know.
Yes,
for myself, it is like this. Naturally, I was always sort of mystical child, and you know, when I was in the Switzerland, in my mountain, I used to go through every church, and nothing will, you know, sort of Catholic church and Protestant.
Nothing satisfied you.
No.
The way what
and
Ma
first,
has
when
satisfied you.
And when I first read the book of Vivekananda, and when they speak about this this reincarnation, this seems to me the highest aspect of the world, because I was not able to just stick to this, you know, this Christ and all these kind of things that we are going to live once, and so they spoke about a God who is fully in love, and how is it if we just are coming once and some people are so much suffering, others not. And it was no explanation. So I was always in the research of this suffering, who will give me the key of this suffering of humanity and things. And I was very sad when I was young. When I first read Vivekananda, then a little light came out in my heart.
And when you first met Ma, everything was answered.
But no problem. And after you have to do your sadhana, then you have to face your ego, and you go inside Ma's Lila, and she check you sometime, and you know, to see how much you have advanced or how much you see like this. But it's all part of the Lila, of her Lila.
Thank you so much. It has been lovely talking to you.